Hi guys, this is Deborah and today I'm going to take you through some of the Tim Holtz app. In case you don't know it, you can get this off the App Store if you just search for Tim Holtz. And we're going to start with the middle button, which is the products button. So you just click on products and what you see is all the different categories of Tim Holtz products. So all of those, and if you click into one of them you'll see the products listed. So let's go into, for example, the distressing minis, and these are all of the distressing minis that Tim Holtz makes. So it's really good if you're looking for a new colour or something like that. You can see what they've got. The other thing that you can do is you'll notice, for example, these two here, candied apple and carved pumpkin, they've got a green tick next to them, and that means that I actually own them. So if you also then look at broken china mini ink, this is one that I want, and so you can click the heart on and off to say that it's on your wish list, and you can also tick to say you've got it. So you can go through all the products and they're grouped, and if you want to look more closely at something, just click on it and it will load a larger image for you so that you can actually see it. You can't pinch it. I thought you might be able to. I haven't tried that, but you can't. But still, it gives you a fairly good view. This is just on the iPhone. I've also got it on my iPad, so obviously the image will be bigger on the iPad than it is on the iPhone. I've got an iPhone 6 Plus, so I can clearly see what the images are on here. So the groups are, there's a range of things that I just showed you, so that's a lot of the distressed products, anything that's marketed as Ranger. Then ideology, and what's interesting, I really like this one, is that down the bottom it shows you the retired ideology. So if you see something and you think, oh, I like that, you can actually check if it's been retired or not. And then I guess if it's been retired, you know, the chances of buying it are quite slim. Unless you're around eBay or something, people might be selling it on there. But it's really good because you can also tick the things that are retired that you have. As you can see, I've got some green ticks. There's another one. There's another. So you've got all your retired ones. And then in the alterations, these are all your Sizzix and things like that. I don't have, it's also got retired Sizzix. I don't have anything in that area. It's got the Stampers Anonymous collection, so you've got all your cling mount stamps and all your mini stencils and everything like that. The other thing is that I had some that I've got which are Tim Holtz, which are missing from here, and I'm on the Tim Holtz Facebook group, so I asked on there what I should do, and they said just email Tim, and I did that, and within a day I had a response back from him saying thank you very much and that they'd add them to the product. So if you do find anything that's missing, please email Tim, because it's nice to get the whole app done. It's just done, you know, in-house, so I guess it's easy for them to miss some things now and then. The other two buttons that I use a lot are the inventory button. So if I click here, you'll see it's grouped the same way. So if I go into Ranger and into Distressing Minis, then it shows you everything that you've got a green tick on will show up in this category. So these are the distressing minis that I own, and the same for every category. I've got a couple of distress inks, and you know, whatever else you've got will show up in here, but it's grouped. So I've got a number of items in this list as well, particularly in the I've got all of the books. So if I look at the books, there they are there. But what it would really be nice to do is if I could just see all of my products in one list, and you can do that in this app. You don't need to go into each section. If you click the big tick, it will load all of the products that you own that are in this app. The only problem, or not really a problem for me, but the only thing to be aware of is that they sort in alphabetical order. So for example, if you're looking at your distress inks, they're going to be scattered all over the place because they're sorted in alphabetical order. Same for the re-inkers, you know, whatever it's actually called is how it's been sorted. If you go into a section within the inventory, for example Ranger, and click on the tick, it only shows you the products that are within the Ranger group. So that's narrowing down a little bit more on what you've got. If, for example, you just wanted to check, you know, because you weren't sure maybe what, you know, distress brushes or something like that you have. And it does that for each section. So if I click on ideology, these are the ideology things that I own. So, and the other good thing is that where it's a retired product, it actually puts that in brackets so you know which bits are retired, because if you think, oh, I'd really like to buy them again, you may not be able to get them if they're retired. See, there's some masks that I own which are both retired, and so you can do that for each section. And the other thing that I think is really great is this wish list. So before, when I saw a product, it had a heart that I'd marked as an on. So if we go into wish list, again, it's sorted in each of the sections, but if I click on the heart, it brings up the things that I've put in my wish list, and that's across the whole group of products. So I've got 3 things on my wish list at the moment, and I've got more to add. But again, if you go just into one section and click on the heart, it just brings up the products that are within that section. So this is within the Rangers section. But it's really good because if you're not sure which section something is in, you can still find, you know, what things that you want. So when you're in a shop or you're doing an online order, it's easy to grab hold of this and just look through. And the other thing that I wanted to show you is if you've got a product and maybe you don't know which category it's in, then you can actually do a search on it. So I want to have a look for a stencil, and I'm not sure which category it's in, and it's called Dot Fade, and there it is there coming up. So I can tick it as something that I want on my wish list. Let's see, just go back. Now if I go to my wish list and tick, oh sorry, press on the heart, then it comes up here. The other good thing is if I now buy something, for example, if I buy that stencil, I can just go to my wish list and I can press the tick, so that will put it in my inventory list, and I can take it away from the heart and it's gone. So that's another good thing, is that you can actually, you know, easily switch products between the wish list and what you own. So all of these things are in here, and the Dot Fade stencil should be in here somewhere. Ah, there it is there. See how I said it's sorted alphabetically? So you'd have to know that the Dot Fade was THS006 in order to be able to find it. So it's really good that it's got a search. I'm just going to take it away from my inventory list and put it back in my wish list. The other parts that he's got on here, I'll just quickly show you. I don't really use this very much. This is the list of blog posts. So there's the different blog posts that he's done, and then you can look at his videos, so you can go through and watch those. And a calendar, this is a calendar of events for Tim, so it tells you where he's going to be, but he's in the US obviously, so that's not much use. It just makes me jealous. There's a Pinterest button, so that will just take you through to Pinterest, Tim Holtz, and there's Twitter and a Facebook, so they do the same thing. So all in all, it's a pretty good app. It's free, and if you love Tim Holtz the way I do, then I suggest that you download it. I hope that was of some use to you. Thanks for watching. Cheers.